Have you ever wondered how some people make eating healthy, exercise, and managing stress look so easy? You can too. Welcome to Wellness Wisdom, where we uncover the secrets to lasting health and happiness and empower you to make wise health choices, see results, and create a healthy lifestyle for good. Join Camille Kennard, licensed social worker, certified health and wellness coach, a self-care specialist on the journey to explore how to make health and well-being possible for you. It's a health and wellness journey you can take together. Please welcome your host, Camille Kennard.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Wellness Wisdom today. It is already September. Can you believe it? So fall is coming, cooler weather, and September we're really focusing on how can we take better care of ourselves, self-care month. You know, as I'm getting ready for my Mindfulness in the Mountains retreat, the biggest thing about that is helping people learn stress resilience and what they need to do to take really good care of themselves. So that's taking care of your mind, your body, just being able to be well and feel great. So, you know, we're going to be talking today specifically about how to take care of your skin. And I think for a lot of times we don't think of how important it is that what we're putting in our skin actually goes into our body and it determines how we feel. So my guest today is Kat Keddington. Kat, thanks so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And Kat and I met, I think, through a networking group. I was just saying, I need someone who does holistic facials, right? I want someone who does facials, but it has to be natural products. And they're like, you should talk to Kat. She's awesome. So I'll tell you a little bit about her. She actually is the co-founder of True Love Skincare, and you'll see why it's called that. She's a speaker and a podcaster, and she's married to her best friend and is a mommypreneur to 5 amazing children. I got to meet some of those cuties. She coaches water polo and loves her whole family to get together and play water polo together. And being the co-founder of True Love Skincare and the head of sales has brought a desire to put her dreams into tangible results, the dream of true and pure success in everyday greatness. She has always had a desire to make a difference in this world for the better, and True Love Skincare has given her that amazing opportunity. So I love that, and I love what you guys are doing. So, you know, I just want everyone to think about what it feels like when you take really good care of yourself, right? You get that massage or you drink a glass of water when you're thirsty, just taking really good care of yourself, what that feels like. And I'm just curious what kind of started you, and I know your sister created the product, but kind of what's your story about where you were at as far as your health and what you were looking for? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because I'm allergic to preservatives if I eat them. And then I realized as I put them on my skin, I'm allergic to them too, because, you know, like you said, whatever you put on your skin actually goes into your bloodstream within 30 seconds. And so whatever you put on your skin, it should be edible. So I would know, I've been blessed with a body that tells me if something's bad, like right away. And so I was at that time using coconut oil because I knew it was from the earth, and I had tried some other all natural stuff, but it wasn't moisturizing. So I was still super dry. And all of a sudden, my sister had created this wart paste, which was made out of plant extracts, minerals, and essential oils. And I said wart. It's, you know, it is a 4-letter word to many people, but it was interesting because her husband had dozens of warts on his feet and he couldn't walk. And so she would research at night. He would cry because he was in pain. And she came up with this remedy that worked in 2 weeks. So they decided to see if this was really something that worked. And lo and behold, it worked for several people. And then so they created the first jar. And I had so much excitement around it because there was no toxins in it. It was literally just 7 pure ingredients, plant extracts, minerals, and essential oils. And so it was interesting because we were the wart paste company, and then we found that it worked on other things because what she realized she had created was a healthy cell formula that carries vitamins and nutrition into the cell wall and rejuvenates happy, healthy cells. So it wasn't really a remedy. It was more of a healthy cell formula. So she tried it on her daughter's cold sore and it worked, but it tasted gross. So they formulated a lip balm and added other pure nutrition for your skin for cold sores. And then same with the eczema, they rubbed it on and it was messy and didn't really make sense. So she was like, you know what, I'm going to even add, raw honey and bentonite clay that has over 65 minerals. And so then here she was, it took her 9 months to create the cream for eczema, kind of turn that paste into a cream. And so she comes over to my house and she's like, I created it. And I was like, no way. And so I took the jar and just with one use, I was like, oh my gosh, it smelled so good. There's no fragrance in it. It's like aromatherapy and very light. And so I put the jar by my bed and every night I made sure to put it on because I knew it was like your daily vitamin and mineral supplement for your skin. So lo and behold, my dry, cracked, bleeding hands that I had had for like 3 or 4 years since I had moved from California right by the ocean to Utah, where it's so dry, that it went away. I had like in 2 weeks, I didn't have dry, cracked hands, and it was something that I could use that was from the earth, which there was just nothing else out there. That I had even tried shea butter because I was like, okay, well that's pure and that's just what it is alone. And I literally got a reaction from it right away. So this was like a huge, like mind-blowing thing for me because to be able to put something on my skin that was not only all natural, but we took it to a whole new level. And through time, we realized that we are the founders and creators of Skintrition, which is pure and direct nutrition for your skin.
I love that. And as you were talking, usually we have a story of something that we were struggling with that gave us an idea to start something. And it sounds like you being allergic to preservatives, which I think a lot of us, preservatives do really negative things to our system. And we don't really realize it sometimes, but you were in tune enough to say, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong here. And then for your sister to say, oh, I feel so bad for my husband that he's got these warts that are causing him pain. So I'm curious, and I think maybe my listeners might be curious. So it's a paste that she made that he put on the warts. And then after time, the warts just dissolved. They went away. Or tell me about that.
So every night she would put it on his feet under a Band-Aid or paper tape or whatnot. And then you don't have to wear it during the day, which is super nice. And then they either like turn black and fall out, or they melt away, or they just fall off depending on, like, plantar warts actually grow in your foot. So they're not, so it's kind of a different type of wart, but we even realized it worked on all types of warts, even molluscum, which has been really transcending and amazing.
Oh, I love that. And, as you were talking about it, I'm like, this makes so much sense. I don't know why we are buying products that have toxins for our body, just like we wouldn't want to put in something that's going to hurt our body nutrition wise, like we want to eat whole foods. Why wouldn't we put in things from the earth on our body so that it can, like you say, the cells can regenerate and it's more nutrition for your body. So it helps your skin actually be more what skin should be, right? I know I was listening to the videos on your website and I've tried your skincare, and it's that whole thing of like your skin feels soft and it feels healthy and it feels fresh and it's not like you're putting something on it that then also hurts you or damages, your skin that way. So I love that. How did she find like her ingredients and all of that? Did she just like start studying it? And
it was, so she was like, okay, well, what I know, she basically studied warts, right? They're viral, they hide in the cell wall actually. So she was like, well, what will penetrate through all the layers of the skin into the cell wall? What is antiviral? And so just her combination of different, what would help with the skin cell regeneration to be more healthy and happy, and what she had put together. And then over time, she realized, okay, I created nutrition, so I might as well add more nutrition for things like fungus or give it more of a power pack punch. What she realized is that she put minerals actually help your body do what it's supposed to do. And it also supercharges essential oils, which is kind of crazy. Sometimes essential oils don't penetrate through the cell wall. And so we use, it's interesting because what they put in skincare, we call them skin harm ingredients. And it's things like alcohol, which, you know, is a great preservative. It's natural, right? It comes from the earth, but it dries your skin out. It's not good for it.
Mm-hmm.
So your skin becomes an alcoholic, right?
Yeah.
Another skin harm ingredient is parabens. They actually mess with your hormones. Sulfates are an actual allergen. It's not that, you know, you're one of a kind and you're allergic to sulfates. It's that they are just not good for you. I have a friend that works in a lab and she says they double glove when they use sulfates.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, are you serious? That's crazy.
And then we're putting that on our bodies.
Yeah. And the other thing is like fragrances and dyes. Back in the day when, you know, we were younger and we had a lollipop, it was, you know, not as red as it is now. And so most dyes are carcinogenic, and fragrances too. The FDA has allowed us to, you know, put whatever, you can title it fragrance, and it can be 100 different toxins. It's pretty crazy. And then the other thing that's really like interesting that I never thought about, but where does a lot of our skincare, our makeup come from? It comes from China. You know, that lipstick, a lot of lipsticks actually have heavy metals in them. And it's not because they put it in there, it's because of the water. You know, think of what they're doing to the water in third world countries. And so she realized that she didn't need to preserve the wart paste, and because it had such a high mineral content in it, and with the essential oils, and plant extracts actually act like a preservative. So, you know, we took these skin harming ingredients and we changed it to basically, you know, pure and direct, amazing nutrition for your skin. So I can tell you a few of our ingredients that we absolutely love to put in our skincare, and that is so good for your skin. One of them is raw honey. Raw honey is antimicrobial. It helps the cell wall to receive nutrition. I have this little jar of honey that I use as my little reference when I'm speaking in conferences, and I've had it for like over a year, and it's perfect in its form because bacteria can't thrive or grow in honey. So, and of course it's kind of sticky, but yeah. And it's not that our products are sticky, but it's so like with the formula. So she's added like olive oil, which we know that it's very pure. Nothing bad can grow in olive oil. It's the liquid gold of the Bible. It was known for its healing properties. It's the one oil that will penetrate through all layers of the skin, which is quite amazing. And those two things, which they act like a moisturizer, and the raw honey has vitamin A in it. So we did that in place of alcohol. So it's a great thing to put in moisturizers. And then instead of parabens, which act as a preservative, we put in bentonite clay. Do you know about bentonite clay?
Just a little bit from what you've told me, but please, share it with us. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love bentonite. I could probably go on and on about it.
Yeah.
Because I've used it before we even had it in our skincare. My brother-in-law was listening to this radio show on just health and wellness, and he had heartburn at the time, and the guy was like, oh, just drink some bentonite clay and it'll help. And so he ordered it online and started taking it, and it got rid of his heartburn. And basically bentonite clay is mined in 3 parts of the world, and it's a healing clay. It's just so rich in minerals, and it also detoxes at the same time. because it's positive or negatively charged and will attach to the positive ions that are the bad ions in your body. And so I was using it like if my kids would get burned, my son got burned so bad, and I would turn it into a paste and wrap cellophane on that so it wouldn't dry out. And he didn't really get any scarring, or it was a bad burn too. And it took the pain away. So that was really cool. And then we also love beeswax. Beeswax is really amazing for all the properties that it has in it too. So in place of sulfates, we put plant extracts. So plant extracts are antiviral. They're good for soaping and foaming. And that's another reason why people use sulfates is it makes it foaming and it makes it more slippery, that we all want our soap to be. But oh yeah, so we love olive leaf. Olive leaf is so amazing. We just met someone at the Energy Healing Conference, and he was like, I got the polio shot when I was in the war, and he wound up contracting it. And so he actually takes olive leaf internally to keep it at bay, which I was like, what? That's it, because it's antiviral. So, and instead of using fragrances and dyes, we use essential oils for the smell, and they're very light. Some people are very sensitive to essential oils, and my sister is too. And so she makes sure to pick ones that aren't super strong and give you a headache or any of that. And then my other couple amazing things that I love, our ingredients is MSM. And that is, I feel like it's God's gift to the universe, because it is, have you ever been to the hot springs?
Yeah.
So a lot of people go for its health benefits. It's, they feel better when they get out, their joints, their muscles. You just feel rejuvenated, relaxed, because what minerals do is help your body do what it's supposed to do. So MSM, it's a food grade sulfur, and we get it from rainwater in the Dakotas, and it's anti-inflammatory. It has a natural painkiller in it. It also helps the cell wall to open up and receive nutrition. And it also is a building block for collagen in your skin. And so it's interesting because I sent my sister a picture of my wrinkled skin. I had turned 40 and it felt like overnight I got wrinkles. And so I was like, you got to help me. You figured out your daughter's cold sore and the eczema and the warts. Help me with my wrinkles. And she was able to come up with a facial. And in 8 weeks, I looked 10 years younger. It was like mind blowing. And just that combination of that cellular formula made such a difference. And the last ingredient that we love is magnesium. And it's really interesting because we put it in our facial. So, so I started it January of last year, and I thought I got so happy, and I'm genuinely a happy person, but I got happier, and I was like, what is this happiness? Oh, I found my passion and my purpose in True Love Skincare. No, I had realized that my body was getting the minerals, and the magnesium is called the original chill pill. Just that combination of getting, what my body needs. It's funny because even in winter when we had no sun for 4 months, our whole office staff was all happy. And my sister, who suffered with depression, didn't have it anymore. It was gone, and so it's interesting what happens when you're giving your body what it needs to do what it's supposed to do.
I love that, because really I believe our body can heal itself, right? And I think you feel the same way, that if it's given the nutrients and the right environment to heal, it can heal itself. And all of those ingredients, I love that you said, I know your sister goes all over the world finding these the ingredients that are the most natural, that they come from an area where they haven't added extra things into them. I didn't know you got stuff from the Dakotas, from rainwater. That's really cool. That's where the MSM, you said, came from.
Comes from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She makes sure to source it from good sources. It's funny. We have an herbalist who is one of our True skincare consultants, because we are a direct sales company, and she's really picky about her ingredients. And she's like, okay, I studied all the ingredients and where they come from. And she's like, okay, but where does your magnesium come from? And we told her the source and that it was a food grade magnesium. And she was more than delighted. She messaged us and was like, I love you guys. And I mean, it would make sense, because everything that I have over 30 products that I can put on my skin that I don't get a reaction to. And so, you know, if everything is clean and pure and wholesome, then it would make sense that I'm not getting a reaction to it.
Yeah. So which one, what is the magnesium in? And is it in your, one of the moisturizers, or what do you put it in?
So, when we do the facial, you start with, a cleanse, which is a sulfate free, soap. And it's funny, because I'll be like, make sure it doesn't have sulfates, and people will go home and they have still 40 ingredients on their, you know, soap jar or their shampoo or conditioner, but it doesn't have sulfates, but it has lots of other toxins.
Yeah.
So it's just very light. It's basically distilled water, Castile soap, and then a blend of essential oils. That's our soap. It's literally like,
I noticed that it feels just so light and fluffy. I mean, and it has like you said, we like to have something that feels like it soaps up, right? And so it's got that. Yeah.
It's a foaming soap. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next thing you do with the facial after you cleanse your face is you scrub with a very gentle scrub. We highly recommend not using a sugar scrub, because that can damage your skin cells, or even a salt scrub. Our scrub is actually with MSM, which is that food grade sulfur, and that is the third most prevalent mineral in your body. And it also helps your body produce collagen. So you're not taking a collagen supplement, which is super awesome, because collagen comes from animals. So I love that it just helps your body produce it. And then after you rub that scrub in, all the oils absorb and you're left with the sand, and then you melt it with our magnesium spray. And that's where our magnesium comes into play. And the last step is our silk, which is a vitamin mineral detox cream. And that has the bentonite clay, which has over 65 minerals in it. And it's remineralizing and detoxing at the same time. So, and then we also have a magnesium spray too, so we found that magnesium, the best way to get it is through your skin, absorbs into the bloodstream within 30 seconds. So, and they're saying that, that's the best way. Like, they're realizing it's not absorbing through your digestive tract. So taking it internally is not as great as putting it on your skin. And the best place to put it is, either on your feet, because your pores are the largest there, or anywhere where you have thin skin. So like right on your, kind of like your throat area, or on your wrist area is a great place to spray magnesium. And I love our magnesium. We call them mood sprays, because they also are infused with essential oils, and essential oils, they activate the frontal lobe of your brain. And so it's this amazing thing of, you know, magnesium, your essential oils. And then we also even add a mineral dense salt, because that actually can kill like bacteria in the air or whatnot, which is, and minerals, of course, are amazing too.
I love that. So it's like this recipe for calm, right? For peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Magnesium was the original chill pill, is what they called it.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people are trying to get it through their diet, or, you know, supplements or things like that. So I love this idea that we can also get it through our skin, which is that's one of the fastest ways. I mean, I know essential oils, breathing things in or putting it on your skin is a quick way to get it into your system. So I think that's really, really cool. I love everything you're sharing with us. And I actually have the Sun-Kissed pack that I've been trying out myself, which has been really awesome. I love the feeling of my skin. My skin just feels really healthy. I love that you say, we can produce more collagen, so we can actually, our skin can get healthier rather than, I think people think, as you age, it's automatic that your skin's going to lose its form or, not be as healthy in that. But you can actually do something about that. You can supplement it so your skin is producing, new cells and all of that, which is super exciting. So exciting. That's really, really cool. And not just to look young, but to feel good and know that you're taking good care of your skin, so it can last your lifetime, and that you won't have those problems with it. I know a lot of people that have dealt with like eczema or just problems with their skin with different moles, different things that are bothering them, or can cause them pain, So I love that you guys are doing that.
Yeah, and isn't it interesting how healthy equals happy? I mean, I think when I figured out the protocol to health, like you want to stay in that healthy state, as long as possible, and how to truly love yourself, since this is, self-care time for you guys, is how to truly love your skin is through nutrition. And I love doing my facial every night. I'm actually like, of course we're all vain and we want to look younger, but I am more drawn to it because I know that I'm going to feel amazing, So that's why I'm like, I'm doing this every night. And I love the way it feels too. I mean, that's taking that time to do something for myself each night just makes all the difference, because the more that you love yourself is the more that you can love others. And when you show up 100% for yourself, you can show up 100% for others. And that's part of me being a leader too. And True Love Skincare, I lead a team of, oh my gosh, I want to say like 70 women or whatnot, because we have over almost 200 consultants now.
Oh, wow.
And if I can do that self-care routine, it's going to just make all the difference in just not only in my business, but in my life, right? I can show up better for my kids, my husband, myself, I'll be happier. And that idea of healthy equals happy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when we take time to put our oxygen mask on and to feed the golden, what do they say, the goose that lays the golden egg, right? You've got to take care of the person who is going to be making doing all the work, and that if you don't take care of yourself, and love yourself, then you burn out and just don't feel good. What I was thinking as you were talking is I actually have used it, and I don't feel like I really need makeup because it feels like it protects my skin in a good way. And I also feel like my skin looks good, so I don't have to put on like some makeup on top of it, because I just feel like my skin looks good and feels good. So I love that.
Yeah. You get to wear less foundation, and I don't even wear any anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't. I probably would have started when I got the wrinkles, but now I'm like, yes, I don't have to like start doing that, which is so damaging because most makeup has toxins in it. So, and
it does feel so good. Like if you guys have ever been to have a facial done or, just loving yourself. I know for many women, our face can be a negative and a positive for us. So the fact that you're giving yourself that time and that love to really nurture it and to give it what it needs, I think that is very powerful. I work a lot with young women and helping them realize that the skin you're in is awesome. The skin you've been given is awesome. It's just a matter of taking care of it. It's just like your body. Take care of it and it will do what it needs to for you. And it actually will glow more and you'll look really good because of you taking care of your skin, taking care of your body. So I love that.
The funny thing is I used to be kind of more pale and green, and it was in January I started the facial, which we hadn't seen sun here in Utah for several months. And I remember that 8-week result, and I was like, oh my gosh, I look tan. People were like, did you go get a tan? And I was like, no, it just brought out my natural pigment and glow. which was so phenomenal because I ditched the punch and cookie skincare where it smells good and it looks good, but it's so empty and nutrition, and gave myself the pure and direct nutrition that it needed to rejuvenate happy, healthy skincare or skin cells.
I love that. And it's actually a real natural glow, not just the glow that they're saying you can get from putting this makeup on, right? I love that. We're going to take a little break, but when we get back, I would love for you to share with us. I think this is really exciting, and I want everyone to know about it. I've been using it. I really love it. And I just feel like when we put things in our body, whether it's what we eat, I mean, definitely what we eat impacts our skin. I know if I eat a lot of chocolate, I might start breaking out, right? That kind of thing. Yeah. Definitely what we eat. And then also what we put on our skin it can really impact us. I would love when we come back, if you would share with us a couple of stories of people that you've seen, what you guys do, really help them love themselves, change something that they've been struggling with their skin. If you would share with us a couple of those stories.
Have you ever had one of those days when you feel like you can't keep doing it all? When you feel like the demands of work, family, and life are just too much? Are you trying to make others happy, but you are miserable? Do you feel like your brain is constantly in a fog? Do you worry all the time and can't shut your brain off? Do you wish you had more time for yourself? Do you want to find more stillness and quiet your mind? Many women feel overwhelmed and stressed with the demands of family, work, and other responsibilities. It can literally push them over the edge. What if you could have a weekend away to dedicate to you, to your well-being and self-care, to eat healthy food, practice invigorating yoga, get calming massages, and spend time in quiet meditation with nature? Join Flourish Wellness for our Mindfulness in the Mountains wellness retreat in the beautiful mountains of Eden, Utah. Learn to quiet the mind and to listen to your body and fill your soul with self-love and acceptance. Register now. Space is limited. To check out the cabin and accommodations and to register, go to flourishwellnessconsulting.com under live events or email Camille at flourishwellnessconsulting.com. This fall, make yourself a priority and learn to make peace with your body and like who you are for good.
Welcome back, everybody, to Wellness Wisdom. We're having a great conversation because this month we're in Flourish Wellness. We're talking about self-care and taking really good care of yourself. And doesn't it feel good when you get a massage or you go out in the woods or you just take time to get a facial and just spend some time on yourself? We're talking about nutrition for your skin and how important it is in us feeling good and taking care of ourselves and taking care of our skin, what we put on our skin, as well as what we put in our bodies. So I'm talking to Kat Keddington, who is the co-founder of True Love Skincare. And I love what she's doing. I've researched, I have a few people that I've talked to. I've really researched to find holistic skincare products that I feel good about to share with my clients at my retreats, because I'm not going to share something that I don't know where it came from. I want to make sure that we know that it's something that they're putting in their body that's living, live, things that can help them. So, Kat, before the break, I asked you if you would kind of just share with us, a couple of stories of people that you've seen, what you guys do, how it's been able to help them and change, kind of transform their health in a way.
So the funny thing, which is not so funny, is that we would joke that if you knew my sister, you would get a problem and she would fix it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here's my poor sister-in-law who is allergic to mosquitoes, and her kids, of course, inherited that same thing.
Oh, no.
So anytime they would get bit by a mosquito, it would swell up just massively. And so my sister-in-law was like, dude, you got to help me. You got to figure out something for these bug bites. They're insane. And it was funny because my sister-in-law was like the crazy person that would be like, oh, the mosquitoes are out. And she'd run in the house and shut the door and she'd get the bug spray out. And it was like we were like, is she okay? And then we were like, oh, I get it. Like I've seen
what happens after. Yeah.
And so my sister created a bug bite cream that immediately helps with the itch and the swelling. It is phenomenal. I love, mosquitoes love me and they love my daughter. And so it's like, if there's one, it will come find us. And I can't even tell you what a blessing the bug bite cream is, because whenever my daughter gets bit, she starts to cry and itch, and she'll even be at school and be itching, and it takes away from her studies, and in class, she's only 7 right now. But so I even last mosquito season send it to school with her, so that way she could just put it on and forget about her mosquito bites. So that's a huge one that I absolutely love.
And what is in that one? Is it?
It definitely has like plantain, which is great for bruising and pain. I believe it has arnica in it, which is good for pain. It does have the MSM, which is that food grade sulfur, and that's anti-inflammatory and a natural painkiller, which is super cool. And it has, the olive oil so that it penetrates all the way, and raw honey, beeswax is in it also. So it has just a myriad of different things that will help with pain and the swelling.
I love that. Your sister's like getting so good at like putting together some kind of a potion, right? A little of this, right. A little of that.
Yeah, she almost nails it. I mean, it did take, I want to say, a year for her to come up with a scalp treatment. It's cost thousands of dollars for her to create a new. She has so many products in her head. Like, she'd love to create like an iodine cream, because iodine's really good for around your period, and can help with like PMS and the tiredness that you get, things like that. So I know that she's got like, okay, I'm going to, because we even have vitamin B patches, right, that people put on their skin. Mm-hmm. Think of the nicotine patch, right? They throw it on their skin, it goes directly into their bloodstream. So I know that she'll probably come out with some type of, different vitamins that you can put on your skin through either a cream or, but that'll be really exciting when that happens. But yeah, she had severe dandruff, and it's kind of funny because all of a sudden you're in the public eye, and you're speaking at conferences, and you have a booth at, a conference or whatnot. And we would go and do these booths together, and right before she'd get on stage, I'd be like, "Hey, let's do the dandruff check." And I'd just wipe her off, and she'd be ready to go. And she was like, "Okay, I really got to figure out a scalp treatment." And she came up with one, and it is just absolutely amazing. It completely got rid of her dandruff after she had tried so many things. But it's amazing that then again, it's amazing with what happens when you're giving your skin cells proper nutrition, because your skin cells, they actually regenerate every 28 days. And a good cell regenerates a good cell, and a bad cell regenerates a bad cell. So that's why, it's like, if you can just give them happy and healthy, it's going to change the game. So that was another one I love. And so I started using the scalp treatment, and my hair has never been more, it's like when I was a teenager, it's softer and more silkier, and it's not like as I guess froey.
Yeah.
Like the first day I would shower, it'd be like just, kind of froey, and I'm like, so I've loved that for even myself. So that's been a great product that has, even people that have psoriasis of the scalp. We had so many people, they're like, I have psoriasis of the scalp. So they were trying to put our cream there. And so she was like, okay, well, I'm going to create more of a scalp treatment. And it did take a year of trial and error to come up with that. But oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. And I love that I'm not using a conditioner that anymore. I get to use that as my reverse conditioner, and I just wash it out. and I know that it doesn't have sulfates in it, and that it's pure nutrition. Like, it's like that commercial where you're like, oh, I love this. I'm getting all the nutrients
yes
into my head. That's just kind of groundbreaking there alone, which is super.
I love that.
So those are a couple of the stories of some of the products that I love. Did you want any more?
So I'm just curious too. I love this. I think it's so amazing because there's things that people could have been dealing with for a really long time that they're like, I don't know what to do about this. And then just putting the nutrition in it actually heals itself. Have you noticed that too with people where they have maybe like discoloration of their skin or different things? I know you talked about eczema a bit, but like even if there's any skin problems that are maybe sun damage or things like that.
Yeah. What's interesting is we have a lot of people with, they just have like the little white patches. It helps to even that out. We have people that have oily skin or even dry skin. And the whole idea behind this is this creates balance. Because of that skin cell regeneration and getting it makes your body do what it's supposed to do. So they're like, well, will this make me oily? It's like, no, it'll balance to do what it's supposed to do. And this is kind of a funny story, but my cousin, which is more like an aunt, she got a wort paste jar and it fell out onto the counter. And she's in California and she's like, oh, this stuff is gold. And so she started rubbing it on her black spot on her hand. And so at this time we had wort paste, we had cold sore honey cream, we had the nourishing balm, which was for eczema. And she called us like 5 days later. She continued to put it on that spot. And she was like, it's lighter. And we're like, what's lighter? And she's like, my dark spot, my sunspot. And we were like, are you kidding me? So we came out with spot paste, but realized that our facial, which, came because I was like, I need help. And our kids were, had acne. So we wanted a facial for them too. But that's how like we came up with spot paste is for that very reason of sun damage, right? It helps to take out the toxins from the sun, right? And rejuvenate happy, healthy cells. So our facial is which is the Sun Kiss pack that you've been using and love, is great for discoloration of the skin. Okay. And it also helps with rosacea because my sister she actually just had rosacea and it was horrible. Like it would be 74 degrees and she looks like a drunken sailor. And so when she started using the facial, it has just it's such a game changer for her. I love that. And I do a mother-daughter retreat, and for those teen girls to know that there's stuff that they don't have to put a bunch of makeup on, that they can actually, their acne can be better just by giving their skin the nutrition it needs, that it will clear up that acne. Is that what you've seen with teens who've been using it? Yeah, I love what I do. So I'm a skincare consultant. We call them True Love Skincare Mavens. And so I get to go to conferences, and we had this cute girl that came to our booth, and she was like, oh my gosh, I have the worst acne. I need your help. And I was like, okay, she's like, I think she was like 18, and she left and convinced her dad to spend the money on it, it's $79 and it lasts 2 months, which is really cool of daily use. And she was like, okay, I'm taking a big chance. Like I convinced my dad, like this better work, and next thing you know, she was emailing us or messaging us pictures and this amazing testimonial that we had gotten rid of her acne. And I was just so happy because when I was a teenager, I had horrible acne. I even had acne scars, which are gone now. I had like a few left over, and the facials helped with that too, which is so nice. That helps with scarring. Of course, scarring doesn't go all the way away, but you can definitely lighten it get a ton better. But yeah, so then my teenagers started getting acne, and I was like, oh no, they're going to be like me.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, it was horrible. And even when after I thought, oh, this is just teenager acne. Well, it would never go away because I was like having babies and breastfeeding. So my hormones, and so I'd always have pimples and so when it happened to my teenagers, I was just like, oh, great, but luckily we had the facial, and it was actually kind of funny because my niece she realized, oh my gosh, the wart paste worked for my cold sore. I might as well try it for my acne. And she started putting it on her face, and she'd go to bed with the sand on her face, and because we hadn't really produced the facial yet, and then it worked. And she would put like some cream on too, some of our cream that we had at the time. And then, so my son was like, I'm doing this too. And so I didn't even know he's totally started doing it, helped with his acne. And, he actually left, to go to Ecuador to serve a mission for 2 years. And he's like, all I care about taking is my True Love skincare.
That's awesome.
Like, I get that, because acne can just be so brutal,
well, and a lot of times I don't think that boys even think about what they're putting on their skin. I mean, women, we always have all these products, right? But the acne could help just from like giving your skin what it needs and moisturizing it and cleansing it in the right way. I love that. That's really powerful.
And my daughter, she started getting acne, and I was like, okay, let's get the facial. It was nice to know that it wasn't toxic. A lot of people, they're using crazy things that they're like, okay, only use this for a month and then stop. And
right.
It's so dangerous, because whatever, you're putting on your skin and goes into your bloodstream, it goes into your organs. So they say that some of the facials out there are, from prescribed are, bad for your kidneys or your liver, which is so sad. But I love that I'm like, here you go, do this. And her acne is not near what it was before. She might get a couple pimples here and there, but even after she started using it, I was like just staring at her skin like, whoa, look at how nice and healthy her skin looks. Like, it was, and I'm like, I wonder if people do that with my skin.
That's so awesome.
But I actually even get comments like, in the store, they're like, oh my gosh, your skin's amazing, like at the checkout stand. And I was like, well, I'm a co-founder of a skincare company. So
let me tell you about it.
Yeah, it's a fun conversational piece.
I love that. So thank you for sharing so much of your passion and what you guys are doing to make the world a better place. And for those of you who are coming to the Mindfulness in the Mountains retreat I'm doing in September, Kat is actually going to be doing a whole presentation for us on her skincare line. And then we're going to be doing a foot soak and facials. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to feel so good to take really good care of our skin. And you guys will tell a difference. Even if you put it on your hand, and you will notice a difference just from giving your body that moisturizer and that cleansing and all that it needs. I think it's just amazing. So I'm going to take another quick break. And when we get back, I would love for you to, I think a lot of people feel overwhelmed because there is so many products. There is so much out there. If you could just give people a couple, I call it the words of wisdom, a couple tips that they could start out with to improve the way they care for their skin. I think that would be great.
Do you feel stressed, overweight, and unhappy? Are you tired of setting goals that you don't accomplish? Do you want more energy, motivation, and focus to create your dreams? Many people struggle to keep up the commitment, motivation, and confidence to be successful, to reach their goals and aspirations. They often let other things get in the way of their personal health and happiness. It doesn't have to be this way. You can change. Join us for a 6-week online health transformation workshop. Learn about the mind-body connection, overcome obstacles to health, create daily health rituals, get support from others like you, and change your life for good. Register now at flourishwellnessconsulting.com under online group workshops, or email Camille at flourishwellnessconsulting.com. Our gift to you as a podcast listener is $50 off the transformation workshop. Use the promo code podcast50 when you register. This new year, make peace with your body and like who you are for good.
Welcome back, everybody. to Wellness Wisdom. We're having an awesome conversation. You guys are going to love listening to this. I have Kat Keddington, who's the co-founder of True Love Skincare, and we're really talking about holistic health skincare, minerals, nutrients, all the things that your skin needs to look great, to feel great, and for you to be able to feel good and love yourself. I love this. This is so right down my alley because this month we're talking about self-care and really loving yourself. So before the break, Kat, I asked you if you would share with us just a couple of tips that you would have for people who are maybe wanting to start to look at changing the way they take care of their skin. What would you say to start doing, or any tips you'd give them?
Definitely. So we are the pioneers in what we call skintrition, which is pure and direct nutrition through vitamins and minerals that go through your skin. Because your skin's the largest organ in your body, it's going to absorb directly into the bloodstream. And what is interesting is in Europe, they have banned over 1,300 chemicals for skincare, and in the US only 30. So this really tells you what's going on and why people are not feeling so good, right? So if you can get rid of your punch and cookie skincare and change it to pure minerals that help your body do what it's supposed to do, raw honey, olive oil, sulfur, that is the third most prevalent mineral in your body. I love bentonite clay because it has over 65 minerals in it and it detoxes and reminerals. So if you can put that on your skin, it is a huge game changer. And this is how to truly love the skin you're in, is through pure and direct nutrition.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And if people want to reach out to you, I know you have a store online. And what's the best way for them to find out more about True Love?
Yeah, so I will give you a link for free shipping. It's actually trueloveskincare.com/KAT. So that will give you like free shipping, which is super awesome. You know, we got to kind of compete with Amazon.
Yeah.
Do that for you guys, but we love to do that. Also, we have a True Love Skincare business Facebook page, and it's just True Love, and then skincare is one word. And every Tuesday we do what's called a lunch and learn, and we highlight one of the products and just give you some good education on loving the skin that you're in. And we do giveaways on that, which is super awesome too. And if you want to friend me on Facebook, I'd love to connect with every single one of you. It's Kat Keddington. My last name is KEDDINGTON, and Kat is KAT. So friend me on Facebook. I'm super like the all natural guru just because of my health journey of being allergic to preservatives and having to really, have everything all natural. And I love that I get to be a part of this amazing journey of not only taking all natural to the world, but taking the idea of nutrition through your skin to the world. And it has been such an amazing journey. My husband lost his job last year in June, so it's been over a year, and I was able to take over the finances by being a consultant. And I never had ever been in a direct sales company before myself, and never knew that you could actually make an income. I just thought it was, this idea that people would have. And I love that it's been such an amazing journey. And I love that I get to share love, true love. I'll tell you the story of how we came up with the name of our company. We were the wart paste company, and we couldn't, have a wart paste facial, of course, when we started coming up with other amazing nutritional skincare products. And my brother-in-law came to the farmer's market where my sister was working, and he's like, I figured out the name. And she's like, okay, what's that? And he's like, True Love Skincare. And she's like, okay, why? And he was like, because you truly loved me back to health. And so our message is one of just loving yourself through pure and direct nutrition. And if you can love yourself through this amazing self-care of True Love Skincare, you can make all the difference in the world, because you're going to feel better and you're going to be able to love others too. So yeah, and if anyone's interested in sharing true love with the world with us and joining our amazing life-changing opportunity, you can just reach out to me on Facebook or even check it out on our website.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kat, for being with us and sharing your passion. As you guys can see, this is why we connect, because I believe in loving ourselves first through the way we take care of ourselves, right? And hopefully, as you guys are going throughout this week, you can find one thing that you do to nourish your body, whether that's, putting something on your skin that really is healing and healthy, or drinking more water, or taking time to go for a walk, whatever it is that can help you really love and care for yourself. I'm super excited for the Mindfulness in the Mountains retreat. It's coming up September 19th through the 21st. And for those of you who haven't registered yet, we do have about 3 spots left. So get on to flourishwellnessconsulting.com under events, and you'll see that there. I'm super excited because we're going to have Kat there. We're going to have massage. We're going to do facials. We're going to have yoga. We're going to have healing sound bath. It's going to be just an amazing weekend of self-care to really, truly love yourself. So thanks, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And if you had, please subscribe and share it with your friends, and have a great day. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.